So, good morning or good night, depending on where you are in the world, and welcome to another interview of the Shield Dude on a Couch. I'm your host, Hector, and today I'm joined by Stefan Castevet, and he's one of the guitar players for the band Vulture. So, Stefan, how are you today?
Hi, thanks for having me. I'm good. I just came back from work and I'm pretty relaxed and yeah, have a good time.
Oh, awesome. So we're here to talk about the Vulture's latest album that was just released on April 12th. So it's been out like a week and a half ago. And the album is called Sentinels. So the album's been out now like a week. Tell me a little bit about the reception the album has been getting so far.
It's absolutely amazing. I think it's the best we had so far. I tried to read every comment on the internet and every review I could find, and I really enjoy that. And there is a lot of
Sometimes it's not the best thing to do.
yeah, you're right. But I didn't find that mean stuff, so I'm good. I read a lot of positive stuff. People seem to like the record. People seem to understand the idea behind it, and seem to like that we're having so much classical heavy metal influences back again. And it feels absolutely great to read. The reception is amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, for people who haven't heard the band, Vultures really harkens to that like classic heavy metal like sound from the 80s. Like even the feel, the artwork, everything feels like a throwback to those times in metal. So when you guys are working, what bands influence, especially you as a guitar player growing up?
For Vulture, there is obvious some obvious influences, of course, like I don't know, Slayer, Metallica, Exodus, maybe some German stuff here and there. But we also draw a lot of inspiration from, as I just said, from classical heavy metal, also from proto metal bands. I don't know, for example, like Judas Priest.
I was thinking Judas
Uh,
Priest.
yeah, all those classic stuff. And when we started out, a thought that felt very inspiring to us was always like what made those bands create the music they created, like what made Judas Priest write a record like Stained Glass, what made Metallica create Kill 'Em All, and most importantly, what on earth happened that a band could come up with like a record like Hell Awaits. And seeing where these bands draw their inspiration from is something that feels, I don't know, feels very inspiring to just to try to understand the music 100%. To I just talked to another guy about it, like to just notice that Kill 'Em All is absolutely just Diamond Head on speed, and you can draw so many lines, and that's it's very fun and very inspirational.
Yeah, no, that's a good comparison. So the album is out, and like I've listened to it. There's some like songs here that will do well in a classic setting. So tell us a little bit about when you guys were working on Sentinels. What's the process for Vulture as a band when you're doing an album like at least for you as a do you guys work first on the riffing to have like that
Hmm.
classic riffing?
Yeah, absolutely. This time it's been a little different than before. Before we just like, I don't know, we wrote songs. We were living pretty far away from each other, so this all happens online in the end, and we're noting the music down in some program and listen to it like in MIDI files, and then share stuff back and forth. And this time, we decided to take a little more time and did a little demo phase and acted like we don't have a big discography at all or something, and just act like we're a demo band and did, I don't know, recorded a total of 3 demos containing 14 tracks. And then we're able to pick which songs will make it to the record. That was a very cool process, and I think we'll continue that in the future as well. It's amazing. You have the time to let the songs sit a bit and re-listen to them for like a year later and see if they still work out. And so that was absolutely amazing. We're gonna continue like that, yeah. But
Yeah.
it's a song. If you go down to the songs themselves, it always starts with the riff, and then like maybe a melody for the chorus, and then you try to connect the pieces. Yeah.
Yeah, and I know you guys. This is your fourth album, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you had the Guillotine, Ghastly Waves, Dealing Death. So yeah, it's very, you know, it's like we're say like retro sounding. So for you guys, because the image, how important is that image for you? Like that classic heavy metal image, where I think, you know, the leather, the spikes, does that go hand in hand for you with the music?
Yeah, definitely. I think when you listen to a band and you just hear the music, you have a very definite idea on how the guys are going to look. And for me, it's always very important that these two things are matching. So when you're a band, I think at least to some degree, also when we're just playing speed metal, uh, to some degree, and may it just be 2 or 3%, you need a little bit of corporate identity and a little bit of an idea and a little bit of imagery. And this works is very important for the looks on stage as well. I think there is no thing more harmful than playing music like we do, and then on stage you see some people that do not care about how they look at all. And yeah, to me it's very important. I think there are people out there who don't give any sort of interest in it, and but there is plenty of people who I think who feel the same way I do. You want if you want to like a band, you want to like the whole thing, not only the music, and I think looks is very important.
Yeah, no, makes sense. So I want to show the artwork of the album. Pretty cool artwork. So here we have the artwork for Sentinels. So yeah, this looks like a very violent game of chess. So tell me a little bit about the inspiration for this artwork.
It's pretty much the last verse of the title track itself, where Andreas wrote very great lyrics for this track, and in the final verse, the gloved killer that you can see there is doing his final move to checkmate his opponent, and the sand in the hourglass is running low and turning into blood. And once we read those lines, we felt like this is the perfect image for a cover. And to me, it's absolutely amazing. It's the first time we worked with Mario Lopez, and he managed to create a very cool atmosphere. I think it looks huge without needing any huge things on it, and that's something I really enjoy looking at. And when we had the idea, I sat down at work with a checkerboard and with a kitchen knife, and did some colleague did some photos, and we sent it to Mario, and he managed to create this out of it.
Yeah, no, it looks really good, and I like you know, it looks very classic heavy metal, and the sound of Vulture. There's classic heavy metal, but like you said, you mentioned a lot of like thrash metal influences and speed metal. So let's talk about some of the singles that you released for this sample. I think, if I'm not mistaken, you released 2 singles, Unhallowed and Forgotten, which was one of the singles, and the other one you released was, I think it was
Realm of the Impaler.
Realm of the Impaler. That's a great track. So
Thank you.
a little bit about like because Unhallowed and Forgotten is the second track on the album, and the Impaler one is more like at the later in the album. Well,
it's like pretty much this. It's pretty much the next track even.
Yeah, because you have that intro that is Transylvania.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit. Let's talk first about Realm of the Impaler, like of that track. Tell me a little bit about the backstory for that track.
Yeah, the music wise, I think it's a pretty cool example for what we just talked about, like this idea of what is behind speed metal, what is the genre that made people create this music. And I think music wise, the song would if you erase all the melodic stuff, it would could totally end up on a record like Show No Mercy.
Yeah.
With the melodies added, it sounds super classic heavy metal, and that's something that it's just a lot of fun to write. Oh, do you still hear me?
Yes, I can still hear you. Don't.
Oh, I just got it. I just got a notice that my internet is no, but it's working. Yeah, and I think it's a cool mixture of. I think it's a very cool mixture of this very fast, very aggressive approach, and while maintaining that classical heavy metal character. And that's that is one part we're all about. and we thought this would be a great example of a second single to make people see the whole thing. To make we're not only thrashing, we're not only doing the fast stuff, we can do the classic melodic part as well. And yeah, that's why we picked it as a second single.
Yeah, plus it's it's fun tracks, like you want fun in metal. I really there's tracks that there's one that is actually in German. I'm gonna they're taught track Schwarzes Leder. I don't what does that
Yeah,
mean?
that sounds very good. Sounds very good.
Oh, good. And that's because I've listened to a lot of Rammstein. That's how
Oh,
that's, that's my extent of German. So what does what is that song about, and why did you decide to have one song in German?
it's just an instrumental in the end, and
Yeah.
the idea was to create an instrumental that sounds like it could be the intro to an Italian giallo movie. I don't know if you're familiar with that movie genre. It's a classical thrillers slash horror suspense stuff from Italy from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and they always have this. They're very, I don't know, very dense, very wicked movies, and always have a lot of suspense in them. And they always have music that's very much the opposite. They always have this lullaby character, and it sounds very eerie. And we try to do like a heavy metal version of a giallo music score. And I have a friend that has this great like a book with all the giallo movies in there, all the posters in there. And I came across this movie and this title, which to English directly transfers to a death wears black leather. And I
Oh,
saw
that sounds
I,
very Rob Halford.
yeah, yeah. And I saw that Der Tod trägt schwarzes Leder, and I thought, oh, if that's not going to be a Vulture song title, I don't know. And yeah, and then we said we're never going to do a German song. We're never going to try to write German lyrics for Vulture. So it was the perfect name for the instrumental.
Yeah, well, I was wondering why the German title on that one. So yeah, you have some titles here that are very like I love where there's a weep, there's a way. Then you have like Oathbreaker and Sentinels, heavier than time. So for the lyric process for the band, who does the singer work on the lyrics, or does the band
No, not at all.
do you write the
It's
lyrics? Yeah.
no, I do half of it, and the other half is done by Andreas, our bass player. And Andreas is always there for the big songs, for the big images and the great metaphors. And I'm more the rough guy, the thrash it
And
guy.
you tell the singer what to sing. Which ones did you write?
Lyric wise, I screamed from the abattoir. I did Unhallowed and Forgotten. I did Where There's a Whip, There Is a Way. I did Death Row, Gargoyles.
Almost half the album.
Yeah, pretty much, maybe a little more than half. And the other ones, Sentinels, Realm of the Impaler, Oathbreaker, and one more were done by Andreas. Those are the better lyrics.
Are you saying that the other the bass player wrote the better lyrics?
Yeah, definitely. I like my lyrics a lot. I'm not feeling ashamed for my lyrics. I like them a lot, but Andreas are better.
Yeah. What is the difference from Andreas in your lyrics?
He's
Or
I think we're not so far apart from each other, word and phrasing wise, but he takes it. I think he just takes a little more time and creates a little more atmosphere than I'm capable of doing with words. I'm there for the music, for the
so
musical
you're there
atmosphere, and
more
he's
for like the fun vibes, like if there's
yeah, I'm more into comparing everything to thrash metal,
okay.
kind of way. Yeah,
Yeah.
and
So
he's drawing the big stories.
yeah, but it's good that you have two people that write the songs, because I'm sure that's less pressure for you.
Absolutely.
Because you have two people that can write. Maybe I don't know. Maybe in the future you can write like a song together. That would be a cool. A
Oh,
cool.
that would be super cool. I think we
Yeah.
did that unintentionally sometimes. Like we improved each other's lyrics here and there. But like the idea to make one together, that's a cool idea. Maybe we'll do it.
Yeah, for the next album, maybe like like a duo, like you write half the song and the other, and he writes half the song, and you.
Yeah, and we both know
Okay.
what the other one's working on, and then we just flip the textbook and say, oh no, no, we're gonna have a problem.
Yeah. Yeah. So now that the album is out, are you guys doing some shows soon? Like I know
Mhm.
the summer is right around the corner. Are there some summer festivals around the corner for you guys?
Yeah, we try to play as many shows as possible. We originally planned to tour South America in a few weeks, but that got canceled because super sad story because the promoter died, and now we're
Oh,
trying to make
that sucks.
yeah, definitely. And now we're trying to make the best of the year. There's plenty of cool stuff happening in Europe. We're about to play in Portugal in 2 days. We just played 3 shows for the album release across Germany, and then we're gonna play Sweden. We're gonna play Spain, and a lot of cool shows and festivals in Germany. So we are ahead of. It's gonna be a very good year, I think. And but the big touring plan needs to wait a little more.
And for tour, how important is to you to do this live? Like, I'm guessing you're wearing obviously all the leather. Like, like what props do you bring on stage?
Yeah, we're wearing all the leather. You're absolutely right. And for the video to Realm of the Impaler, we Andreas built that stone wall and the corpses that are impaled, and
Mhm.
we're bringing those to the stage as well. We tried that out on the 3 concerts now, and it looks absolutely amazing. And
Good. So,
I hope they'll survive some more shows, and we'll take them with us.
and hopefully you won't have like a Spinal Tap moment when they
Nah.
Stonehenge and there's like a you're like, what the hell?
Yeah,
Uh,
that would suck. That would suck.
So, wearing all that leather because I've only worn like leather pants like once in my life, and they're hot as fuck.
Yeah, no, we were playing in jeans. I won't wear leather pants. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because I'm thinking, I don't know. It looks like playing in that that's not
Nah, I
good
can't imagine.
for your
Yeah, I can't
private
imagine.
parts. Like,
Yeah.
it's too sweaty. Plus, it stick to you. I only wore it for a Halloween party I went like 20 years ago, where I dressed. I dressed a Sneaky Six from Motley Crue. So I put
Okay.
like the big, and I was like, some people didn't know. Some people, oh, you're just a rocker. But I'm telling you, after like a few hours of dancing, those leather pants get hot and sticky, and
I bet.
I'm
I
never
bet.
going to wear leather pants again. So I'm guessing you wear them more when you do the music videos, right?
No, it's always it's just black jeans, and everything else is leather with the boots and the vests and the studs.
But no
But the
leather
jeans is
pants.
no leather pants. We want to be able to move properly.
Yeah, that's a good thing. So now that the record is out, like for you, like do you have like a track that you would say if someone that hasn't listened to Vulture, like listen to this track gives you an exact idea like what we're all about. What track from this album would you
I,
recommend?
I think I think I think I'd go with the Unhallowed and Forgotten. Despite the slower elements that we also have, everything else is in there. All the very fast stuff, the aggressive vocals, the high shrieks, the dueling guitar
Oh yeah,
solos, the melodies. It's all in there.
the high shrieking. I've always wondered what's the technique for that high shrieking, because it definitely, when I hear that, it sounds like someone's crushing your balls. Like you're like, I'm like,
Yeah,
how can they get those high shrieks?
I don't I wish I could. I can't. I tried once in
So
a
you
while.
guys,
I
I
tried
heard
when
some, you got like gang vocals, where you guys also do gang vocals in your tracks.
yeah yeah
Yeah,
yeah yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I can't do the high ones, but and Leo obviously can do so very well. I think it's just about range. I think when you're physically able to hit a high note like that, and then you do it with the head voice, I
Mm.
think it's pretty easy when you're biologically meant to do them. And when you're not, I think it's very very hard to learn to do them properly.
No, I would think so. Yeah, probably really hard. So yeah, no, Stefan, I think this album I would recommend to everyone who likes classic heavy metal, thrash metal especially from the 80s.
Yeah, definitely,
80s.
definitely.
Yeah, because the sound of the band is very like classic heavy metal 80s thrash, but with a modern production, because you know it sounds way modern, but because sometimes there's a thin line, like I don't know about you, like you want to sound like that, have that sound, but also don't sound dated, I guess. Like, what's your thoughts on that?
I think it's just about sounding authentic, and
Yeah,
yeah, we're playing sound from the 80s, and this is this is very audible. But I think you can't act like act like I don't know. It's 2024, and you gotta sound make it proper, and it's not that hard to make it proper. And sometimes people tend to confuse sounding like in the 80s with sounding bad. I don't know. Sometimes that
there's
pops up.
some
People,
albums from the 80s that sound great. I don't know.
yeah,
Like,
mostly all those classical thrash metal records from the Bay
yeah,
Area. They are very well
no,
produced.
no
People
auto
tend to,
tune. They really had to play. You don't have a computer to fix errors. So no,
yeah,
no.
yeah,
It's
for most parts, huh? Yeah, I think that's what people mistake, and I think the producer we have, Marco Brinkman from Hellforge Studio, is the master of this art of making music sound like it's uh, from the 80s, but in 2024, and
2024.
that makes it very authentic, and that's I think it's most important.
Yeah. So Stefan, before I let you go, I have a question for you. Like, what would be like a band that would be like a dream for you guys to open to? Like if they told you like you're going to tour with this band, you would be like, oh yes, the dream tour to open for which band would it be?
Yeah, 86. Slayer from 1986 would be perfect. If this band has to be existing by now,
So from
I don't
from
know.
1996, I love that you
1986,
ah
1986. Do you know
1986.
this? Do you know this concert from Slayer playing the Ritz in New York from 86? You should watch that video. This is the best thing ever. That opening there would have been amazing, but that's obviously not possible. And if I have to pick a band that's still existing and I still like, I don't
Well,
know if
Slayer still
I
exists, but
yeah, yeah.
but yeah, not the
To some
same
degree.
to some
Yeah,
degree. Yeah.
I would really love to tour with bands from Germany, as Sodom, one of my very famous bands, favorite bands, and if I would like to make a dream come true, I don't know, open up for Judas Priest once or something like that. That would be super cool.
Yeah, no, Germany has a lot of great band. Like when I think
Yeah,
of Germany, I think of Sodom, Creator, you know,
yeah,
some great bands that come from there.
yeah,
So
definitely.
Stefan, you know, like it's been great chatting with you about Sentinels, the album for Vulture. So it's out now. Where can people follow you and get the album?
Everywhere pretty much. We're on Instagram, Vulture Kills. We're on Facebook, Vulture High Speed Metal. We're on all those streaming platforms, starting at Spotify, ending with Apple Music, iTunes. I don't know what it's called. We're on Bandcamp. You can find us everywhere. Just type in Vulture, and if you don't find Vulture right away, you should type in Vulture Kills, and then I bet you'll find us right away.
Yeah, it's going to be released. It's on vinyl and it's on CD as well. So
Yeah, yeah.
they can
There's gonna
still
be a
get it
tape
right,
version as well. Yeah,
and it's obviously out for Metal Blade Records, which obviously that's a huge label to be on. So
yeah,
and they really have a very varied roster. Like they have all types of metal, which I think
yeah.
is
They
good
do.
because there's some
Very cool.
metal labels that they're like all extreme, but Metal Blade has a great variety, I believe.
Yeah, they do.
Right
Yeah,
now, for me, I would say it's the best metal label out there right now.
absolutely.
That's
I'm with
that's
you.
what I think. Like I remember like maybe like 15 years ago, I would have said like Roadrunner or something like that. But Metal Blade has stood the test of time, and like usually if I get something like a band from Metal Blade, I'm like it's quality, it's great band, so it's a
Hmm.
great label to be on. So I'll put the pre-order for people who want to get the physical copies as well.
Yeah, amazing.
So before we go, anything you like to say to the Vulture fans?
No, just listen to Sentinels. If you like it, try grab a copy. That would be amazing. And thanks for having me. It was a huge pleasure.
Yeah, thank you for joining me virtually on the couch today. So, people, the new Vultures is out now. Get it while you can. So, until next time, people, this is Hector, the Shield Dude on a couch, and I'll see you all right here on the couch. Thank you and goodbye.